Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Spiritual Gangster Podcast, the space where we dive deep into real talk, raw energy, and unapologetic growth. I'm your host, Amanda Pieraldi, and today we're diving into a topic that is near and dear to my heart. We're talking about healing that hustle mentality. You know, the one that tells you to grind and push until your energy is completely drained. The mentality that says, if you're not busy, you're lazy. And honey, we all know that that's a lie. We've been conditioned to believe that working ourselves into the ground is the only path to success, and I'm here to call bullshit on that. So grab your favorite cup of tea or whatever fuel you need, and let's get into it. Today, we're going to heal that hustle mentality, and trust me, you'll be feeling lighter by the end of this episode. So let's start by getting clear on what we mean by hustle mentality. It's this belief that your value is determined by how much you produce, how much you work, and how busy you are. If you're not constantly moving and working and doing the thing, you start feeling like you're falling behind. But where does this hustle mentality come from? Let's break it down. For many of us, we've been taught to chase success from a very young age. From school projects to job interviews to social media, society loves to measure our worth by our output. And the message is clear: more work equals more worth. Here's the problem with that. When you're in hustle mode, you're constantly chasing the next task, the next goal, the next big thing, without ever allowing yourself the time to truly be. We lose sight of who we are in the process, and we start defining ourselves by what we can do for others or how much we've accomplished. So let me ask you, how often do you pause and ask yourself if what you're doing actually feels good? How often do you check in with your soul and ask if this hustle is aligned with your higher purpose? I'm here to remind you, your worth isn't tied to your productivity, period. Now, let's talk about the consequences of living in hustle mode. Because baby, it's not all rainbows and butterflies when you're running at full speed all the time. We're talking about burnout, stress, anxiety, exhaustion, mental fog, and worst of all, a constant feeling of being not good enough. When you're caught in hustle culture, you end up pushing your body, mind, and spirit to the point of depletion. And eventually, something has to give. Trust me, I've been there. I've worked until I was physically sick, emotionally drained, and spiritually exhausted, all because I was convinced that I wasn't doing enough, that I wasn't enough. But here's the hard truth. Hustle culture has no finish line. The grind never stops until you decide to stop it. Here's some signs that you're living in hustle mentality. Physical exhaustion. You're always tired. Like no matter how much sleep you get, it's never enough. Mental burnout. Your creativity dries up. You feel like you're running on autopilot. The constant pressure to do more. You're always thinking, I should be doing more. I should be achieving more. A disconnect from yourself. You stop enjoying the process and just focus on the end result. You lose sight of what truly brings you joy. This constant pressure to do more is not only unsustainable, but it's also unhealthy, and it's time to heal that. So how do we shift out of hustle mode into alignment? How do we stop doing so much and start being more? First of all, it's not about ditching work entirely. We're not here to be lazy. It's about shifting from a mindset of constant doing to a mindset of intentional action. It's about aligning your actions with your true desires, your soul's purpose, and your deepest values. Here's how we start. Redefine success. You've got to let go of the old definition that tells you success is all about hustle. Success is about alignment. Aligning with your soul's purpose, your heart's desires, and your passion. Success doesn't need to cost you your health, your peace, or your sanity. Success is flow. Success is ease. Set boundaries. This one is huge. If you're saying yes to everything and everyone, you're saying no to your own energy. And honey, that's not sustainable. Start setting clear, strong boundaries in your life. Whether it's work, friends, or family, You've got to protect your energy. Boundaries are not selfish, they're necessary. Embrace stillness. I know, being still feels impossible when you've been running at 100 miles per hour for years. But I promise you, stillness is where the magic happens. You can't hear your intuition if you're always in motion. You can't connect with your higher self if you're constantly chasing the next goal. Give yourself permission to do nothing. Embrace the art of rest, of sitting in silence, of just being. Delegate and let go of control. You don't have to do everything yourself. You don't have to have your hands in every single thing. Let go of the need to control every detail of your life. Trust yourself and trust others to step in and help. When you let go of control, you make space for miracles to flow in. Now, let's talk about healing. Because let's be real, if you've been living in hustle culture for a while now, you've probably experienced burnout at some point. And burnout is no joke. It's a slow drain that takes everything from you, leaving you feeling empty, uninspired, and stuck. Healing from burnout takes time, but it's totally possible. Here are a few steps to help you along the way. Rest and recharge. I know it sounds simple, but it's so essential. You need to rest. Not work on rest, but actually rest. Take naps. Take a day off. Let your body and mind reset. I'm talking about real rest, the kind that doesn't come with guilt or anxiety. Nourish your body. When we're in hustle mode, we often forget to take care of ourselves physically. We don't eat properly. We don't hydrate. We don't sleep enough. But you can't expect to thrive when your body is neglected. Start nourishing yourself. Drink more water. Eat foods that fuel you. Move your body in ways that feel good. Disconnect to reconnect. Sometimes the best way to heal is to disconnect from the constant noise. Turn off your phone. Step away from social media and reconnect with what really matters to yourself. Spend time in nature. Read a good book or take a walk. Disconnecting from the digital world helps you reconnect with your inner world. Let go of guilt. This is key. You're not lazy for resting. You're not less productive for taking time for yourself. In fact, you're more productive when you give yourself time to recharge. Let go of the guilt that comes with rest and start seeing it as an investment in your long-term health, creativity, and success. So, why go through all of this effort? Why let go of the hustle mentality and make these changes? Because healing from hustle culture isn't just about feeling better today. It's about creating a life that supports your long-term well-being, growth, and happiness. Here are some of the long-term benefits of making this shift. More creativity. When you're not constantly chasing the next task, you give your mind the space to be creative. You'll find that your ideas flow naturally. Inspiration comes when you're not forcing it. Stronger relationships. When you're not always in go mode, you have the energy and presence to nurture your relationships. You'll be more present with your loved ones, more connected with your friends, and more in tune with what truly matters. A deeper sense of purpose. When you release the hustle, you make room for your true purpose to come forward. You align with what you truly feel you're meant to do in this life, and you start to feel more fulfilled. Sustained success. Real success is sustainable success. When you heal from the hustle, you build a life that's sustainable. You stop burning out and start thriving consistently over a long term. So, my spiritual gangsters, I want you to know this. You don't have to hustle to be successful. You don't have to sacrifice your peace for productivity. You don't have to burn out to burn bright. You are worthy. You are enough, and you deserve to live a life of ease, flow, and abundance. So let go of the hustle. Heal from the grind. Step into alignment and watch how the universe will meet you with everything you've been working for. but in a way that feels so good. Remember, you don't have to prove anything. Just be, and the rest will follow. I'm sending you so much love and light. Now go out there and slay from a place of ease.